I'm Dr. Cal Gadraj, and let's core up faith. Trans Catholics to share Jubilee table with Pope Leo XIV. Pope Leo XIV shared a Sunday meal with a group of transgender Catholic activists, including Italian writer and advocate Alessia Nobile, during the Vatican's Jubilee of the Poor. The gathering of roughly 1,300 people coincided with the World Day of the Poor, beginning with Mass in St. Peter's Basilica and followed by a communal lunch honoring people who are homeless, vulnerable, or socially marginalized. Nobile, 46, was among other transgender women invited after she requested an audience with the new pontiff, who was born in Chicago and holds dual American and Peruvian citizenship. The 69-year-old Pope was elected on May 8th, succeeding Pope Francis, who died at 88. Her hope, she says, is to preserve the inclusive spirit that Francis championed. She told the media, quote, "I asked Leo not to go backwards on rights," end quote. Nobile has been open about a past marked by rejection, including secret exorcism rites and pressure for electroshock therapy as a teen. Francis later became a mentor, urging her to share her story, despite Pope Leo's mixed statements on LGBTQ issues. Nobile believes her invitation signals continuity. The church, she says, remains a home for all, quote, "no one excluded," end quotes. I personally like this story because it's a story of inclusivity. And I think that the church, no matter what divides us, there's more that we have in common. And the church should be focused on inviting folks into the church because they know that we exist.
And I mean, look how many popes, just 2-3 popes ago, she would not been, she would have been banished from the church and criticized, and here they're letting her in, so maybe there is a glimmer of hope going into this. And I also said I love the Pope's outfits and the priest outfits. It's the best drag show in town.
Absolutely.
While I'm grateful that Nobile has a seat at the table, right, a seat in the Vatican, I really feel like I just have to say I'm not very hopeful that this is going to lead anywhere positive. A seat at the table is one thing, but a change in the legislation of church and the doctrine, that's a whole different creature, if you will. And you all know that I grew up in Texas, a very difficult childhood with very strict traditional family, conservative family. I personally had to endure some rather humiliating Catholic exorcisms because of my being gay and bringing Satan into the home, and which was really crazy. And also back in the 80s, unfortunately, I actually knew in Texas some gay men who were rather damaged. They were still able to live life, but they were not the same because of electroshock therapy. That was done because of their parents' permission when they were younger.